right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining in. I hope you had a good weekend. Yesterday, we saw a Super Bowl that I thought was going to be okay. First 4 minutes of the game, already a controversial call on the Eagle wide receiver. He got a pass interference on a play that I don't think anybody in the world thought that was a pass interference. So I'm watching the game with some of my friends, and of course, we're already going, here we go with this bullshit again already. Um, so the next set of downs, the Chiefs got a call against them that I didn't think was right either. Eagle defender, our chief defender, I can't remember who he is. He hits an Eagle guy up in the face trying to deflect a pass. He gets a roughing call. I didn't like that call either. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to go back and forth here with the shitty calls. The NFL's never going to redeem themselves. And I'll be quite honest with you, after that, the game was fairly called. It was fairly played. The penalties were when they should be. An Eagle defender, after a strip sack on Patrick Mahomes, hit him in the face. It was obviously not intentional, but it still was a shot. I always thought that's why they wore face masks, because that does happen. But, anyway, so he does get a penalty, but they don't somehow find a way to give the ball back to the Chiefs, which is what I've seen them do in the past. They gave the Eagles a 15-yard penalty, backed them up, but they still had the ball because the penalty came after the strip sack. I didn't see any ghost penalties, any penalties after those first couple in the beginning where everybody was going, oh my God, here we go with this crap. And I think this game, to me, was an indication of when you see the referees call a game down the middle, fairly for everybody, and the Chiefs just got destroyed. They just got mauled by the Eagle defense. The Eagles ended up with 6 sacks without even blitzing. Their front 4 had 6 sacks. That's how powerful they were in on the Chiefs' offensive line. It was just a total and utter domination of the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't even belong there. I feel bad for Bills fans. I was saying it during the game. The Bills would have put up a better fight. But this, to me, and I don't care what anybody says, I'll probably get some shit for it, but this is what happens when you don't coddle this team, when you don't call penalties that nobody sees, anything to push them over the end line, over the edge, so they can win the ball game. This team was overrated all season. They could have easily lost 7, possibly even 8 games this season without these last-minute fluke plays or penalties or something that just pushed them over the edge. And I think during the season, the NFL got so much heat. And I mean so much heat, not just a few people making YouTube videos saying, boy, it looks like they're favoring the Chiefs. It became a thing. It became everybody was saying it. Sports shows were talking about it. News was talking about it. They were taking so much heat. I believe that the integrity of the league was on display in this Super Bowl. And if they had done this like the game seemed to have started, I don't know what this would have done to the league. It wouldn't have killed the league. Obviously, there's too many fans of it, but it certainly would have hurt it. Any game afterwards would have been just in question. This game seemed to be called fairly. It was called down the middle. It was a total destruction by the Eagles. You just see what happens when this team doesn't get the favorite. They don't get the call. They don't get what they need to continue on. They had no chance in this game. I mean, at one point, this game was 40-6. It was over. Jalen Hurts played a great game. He got the MVP of the game, which he absolutely deserved. He was on point. He ran for yardage when he needed it. He completed passes when he needed it. I know he threw a pick in the game, but it ended up being nothing, developed into nothing for the Chiefs. I thought Saquon was going to be a much more of a factor, but if you look at it in one way, maybe they were focusing so much on him because I know everybody was what is he going to run all over this defense, and he didn't. But it could be because they were so focused on him that it did open up the pass game. Because Saquon's always a threat. He's always one carry away from breaking it. But he wasn't much of a factor in the game. Jalen Hurts definitely deserved the MVP, and I'm so happy for Philadelphia fans. I'm so happy for Eagle fans and the team as well, because this game was at least put a little bit more positivity I have in the NFL. At least it looked like they were calling this game fairly. And it just, to me, like I say, this is just what happens when you call a Kansas City Chief game fair. I think, along with millions of other people, that this team was coddled, it was pushed, it was forced down people's throats. And you see what happens when that's not the case. They were just destroyed, and just it was just another beatdown by the Eagles defense and the Eagles offense, who I never really considered a real offensive powerhouse, but they are much more of a powerhouse than I gave them credit for. Yesterday was a good example of it. They just destroyed the Chiefs, and rightly so. I hope this is something moving forward that the referees in the NFL is going to focus on. Call games fairly. Don't give a guy a call because of who he is or how many commercials he makes or who his girlfriend is up in the stands, which, by the way, people booed. I thought it was kind of a little tacky. I don't particularly like Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I never will be. But I mean, don't boo her when they show her. But I don't know if there was an overwhelming supportive Eagle fans at the game. I don't know why. There was Chiefs fans there too. But just to see them show her and she get booed just tells you what you need to know. Football fans are sick of seeing her. They're just sick and tired of it. They want to see football, and they want to see fair, evenly played and evenly called games. They don't want to see Taylor Swift. They don't give a shit about her. I know when they showed Donald Trump, the crowd erupted, showing you his popularity. Like it or not, he is popular, and he should be. I just thought that the game was fairly called. The officiating was even, and when that happens, you see what happens to the Kansas City Chiefs. They just get destroyed. The halftime show was atrocious. It was awful. I actually muted it. Kendrick Lamar, I don't even know who he is. I've heard of his name, obviously, but I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people like that crap. I didn't even understand one word he said in any of his songs, if you even call them songs. It sounds just like a big bunch of bungled noise to me. I don't know. It's just not my style of music. I would like to see maybe a rock band in there next year. You know, something that I can at least understand. Because I don't know if people out there dug it or liked it, didn't. I don't know. I thought it was absolutely probably one of, if not the worst halftime show I've ever seen. I didn't understand any of it, and I don't care to understand any of it. But anyway, I just want to make my quick video this morning and tell you that I'm a little bit proud of the NFL officiating, and I never thought I'd say that. But it looked to me like this was a game that was called down the middle. It was fair. It was even. And the Chiefs got their asses handed to them. They had no chance in the game right from the start. So now football's over. So now what do we do? Now what do we talk about? Well, we got a lot of things to talk about here coming up. The Rangers are making a push for the playoffs in the NHL. Baseball spring training will be coming up soon. We got a lot of sports to talk about. A lot of things going on. Looks like the Jets are cutting Aaron Rodgers. I'm so happy about that. It's like an early Christmas present to me. I never liked the guy on the team anyway. I will make a video during the week about that. I want to wait though until it's absolutely official. I don't want this to be a rumor. Then I'm one of these other guys that makes a video, and then the next thing you know, they don't cut Aaron Rodgers. But that's what the word around is. That's what the rumors are. I want to see it. I want to hear it, and then I'll make a video on it. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. And anybody who watches my channel already knows how I feel about it anyway. But anyway, let's go back to the Super Bowl real quick. It was a destruction by the Eagles. They destroyed the Chiefs. Chiefs had no business even being there. They didn't deserve to be there, in my opinion. I know that's going to chap some people's asses, but I don't believe they even deserve to be there. So maybe the NFL will take a little bit of lesson from the fans that have been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks, if not even years, complaining about the calls this team gets, the unfairness of them, and maybe they'll move forward and say, listen, we're going to lose our fan base here. We got to be more evenly called, even play, even officiating when we call games. I don't care who the player is, because without that, you're giving favoritism to one or the other, and it just spurns all these conspiracy theories. So anyway, everybody, hope you enjoyed the game. Congratulations, Eagles, and congratulations, Eagles fans. I'm so happy for you guys. You got another Super Bowl. Let's see what happens next year. We got a long off season, draft coming up soon. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But anyway, Hit that like button if you enjoyed my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Everybody have a great day, and I'll be talking to you very soon. Bye now.